Oh, shucky ducky, I think we live. I always get this two screen thing. I don't know what the heck that's about. It's so confusing. Well, I figured it out, you guys. Happy Monday. I'm always happy to see you guys. Look at me with all my jackets over here. What? Like I was wearing both of them at the same time or something. Happy Monday. I'm always happy to see you guys, but that means our weekends were extremely fast, right? Was that just me? It wasn't just me. It was literally just Friday night. And we're back here. But I'm always happy to be here with you guys. Shireen Dickens with the Business of Cleaning. You already know me. And you know I'm here to share with you guys some amazing information that is going to help you catapult, springboard your businesses. It is spring. We need to be ready for when these summer months come. We have the clients rolling in, staying rolling in. Cleaning's going great. Cleaning's not taking off. Leads coming in. Books piling up. This is the kind of stuff that I want for you guys, that I'm going to have for you guys, because you guys are going to be taking in this information that I have for you. All right, so I am always talking about systemization, and that is because systemization is going to be the tool. It is going to be the thing that you guys, that we use as cleaning business owners to catapult our businesses. Systemization is what allows us to take on 30 new clients today, right now. When we have our systems in place, that kind of client intake would not overload us. It would not overwhelm us. Our systems would be set up. Our systems would be ready to take on stuff like that. So today I'm going to talk about something a little more specific, always under the umbrella of systemizations, but I want to talk about mastering marketing and lead generations for our cleaning businesses, okay? So running a successful cleaning business requires more than just providing exceptional services. More than just, that means exceptional service is the top, then you have to provide a few other things. All right, so for you guys to get forward in today's market, you need to effectively market your businesses and generate a steady stream of leads. So today I'm going to get into marketing and lead generation, because that's the fun stuff, right? Marketing and lead generation is what leads to the dollars, the happy clients, the 5-star reviews, the clients that keep returning, the clients that are so happy to do business with you that they wouldn't think to go anywhere else. Marketing and leads around to that. So when we implement strategies, that's what I get for trying to use all these big words right next to each other. When we put in the systems, right? And when we use all of our marketing channels that are available to us, we're going to maximize our reach, we're going to attract more customers, and we're going to grow our business. So I always say power systemization. The key elements of successful marketing and lead generation is systemization. What do I mean when I say that exactly? Like, what does systemization look like on a day-to-day basis? I say it in that voice because that's my boring partner's voice. What does it look like on a day-to-day? But he's really right about that. What does that actually look like on a day-to-day? So that means creating SOPs, doing things like, creating your standard operating procedures, ensuring consistency in your marketing efforts, developing a plan that actually outlines your goals, developing a plan. Let me not run that one past you. Having a plan for exactly your plan, starting at the end where you want to be, and then working your way all the way back to what that looks like in activities every day to get there. So developing a plan that outlines what your goals are for your marketing. Who is your target audience? What are your marketing activities that are going to help you stay focused on, generating your leads? So when it comes to marketing and lead generation, I'm going to beat it into you, right? Until it is clear and concise, because when you're confused, you lose. So I want to make this clear. Systemization is a pivotal role in making sure that you deliver consistent efforts, right? Systemization is what says that we're not only going to deliver our great service today, on May the, damn, I blinked, whatever, what is today? The 22nd. You know, we're not just going to deliver great service on May 22nd of 2023. We're going to deliver consistently great service every single day, every week, every year, all the time. It's not going to just depend on how you feel or how your cleaner feels today. Having your systems in place is going to have you deliver consistent service every time, every week for every client. So the first thing I want you to do when you are putting your plan and marketing together is actually define your goal. And create a new one every month. But let's say for this one, define what your marketing goal is. Mine is to add on 6 new clients and to add on 9,000 in revenue. So once you do, that's the goal for every month, right? Once you've clearly defined your goals, you know, what is it? Brand awareness, I told you what mine are, but what are yours? Are you looking to generate a certain number of leads per month? Are you looking to target specific clients? Are you looking to target specific services? Setting these goals is going to help you be able to measure them. So you see, I gave you mine. 6 clients, $9,000. That is a measurable goal. At the end of the month, I will be able to look at that and say, okay, I got 4 clients, or I got 8 clients, or I made 10,000, or I did not hit my goal. Whatever it is, long as I have that set, I have something to put my measuring stick against and see how I've done and see how that does for my business. So that's the first thing you want to do, is define your actual goals. The next thing you want to do is identify your target audience. Understanding your target audience is crucial because you want to speak to them directly. And when you understand who you're speaking to, it's going to help you tailor exactly what you're saying. It's going to help you put your messaging together. So, for example, I'm going to use myself because I am such a great example, right? I know my voice just cracked a little bit right there, right? So I target the owners of the buildings where there are numerous offices. My ideal client, my client avatar is Dave. Dave is a manager for a financial office. There are about 40 people that work in his office. They're Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and everyone that works in that office wears suits. He is my target guy because I know that in those type of offices, where it's about 40 people, like I say, they've got 20 garbage cans, 5 bathrooms, 1 kitchen, 6 conference rooms. My type of office, it's about 5,000 square feet, something like that. It's going to need to be cleaned every day of the week. So did you see how since I have my target of who I'm speaking to, I know how to speak to them. I know that those type of offices normally do have bathrooms and garbage cans. Hey, you don't want your nicely dressed guys with their manicures and their nice shoes having to take out their own garbage or clean their own bathrooms. That's why you call Finishing Touch NYC. Or again, you tailor that to yourself. But for me, just knowing who I'm speaking to helps me to speak more clearly to them. It's like if you know you're speaking to a child, you speak a certain way. If you know you're speaking to, you know, adults that like to wear hats, you would speak directly to adults that wear hats. You would target your message to them. So this is why it's important for you to identify your office. Your office. See, I'm over here thinking about offices. Identify your target audience, because that is going to help you create a compelling campaign that is going to resonate with your target audience. So basically, when you know who you're speaking to, you will be able to say those buzzwords that get their attention. You'll be able to say those buzzwords that are like, you know, hey, they're talking to me. They're talking about me. This is for me. And people love to feel important. I saw somewhere that we are bombarded with about 5,000 ads per day. And bombard is the right word. Like visually, you take in 5,000 ads a day. So when you're speaking to people, when you want to be quick, you want to be concise, you want to grab their personal attention, because you got competitors out here all day that are studying marketing that know how to grab your people's attention. So when you identify your target audience, you speak directly to them, you will grab their attention specifically. All right. So the next thing that I want you guys to work on is standardizing your marketing process. So what does that mean? I'm sorry, developing your marketing plan. All right. So a marketing plan is going to be your roadmap. Basically, it's I like to use myself as an example again. One of my big problems was, as a visionary, I understood where I wanted to take my company, but I was not giving step-by-step directions. And I like to use the example of Egypt. I like to tell my guys, we're going to Egypt every day. We're going to Egypt. This is where we're going. We're going to see the Great Pyramids. That's it. We're going to Egypt. But I would not give them a roadmap, directions like, hey, take a cab to JFK, book a ticket for this date, take a flight that takes a layover here and ends up in Egypt at that time. You see how that's more of a direct plan of action. It's a roadmap. You have a specific way how you're going to get there. Okay. So on your marketing roadmap, you're going to outline everything that you're going to use in order to bring in your leads, which means that, now that you know who you're speaking to, you want to know all of the different ways that you can speak to them. And that's going to include online marketing, offline marketing, like networking and stuff like that, social media, email marketing, little TikTok videos, events, local advertising, organic local advertising, things like that are all going to be a part of your roadmap, which is actually going to get you in these leads, because it's very broad to just say, develop a marketing plan, right? That sounds simple. It is not. You have to take every channel that you are going to use for your marketing and break down exactly what you are doing to market on that channel. If it's Facebook, if it's Google Ads, if it's LinkedIn, if it's cold email, if it's networking it, whatever you're doing, create a plan that is going to break down exactly what you're doing, exactly how you're doing it, and what activities lead to it, and then schedule it into your plan for day to day. That's how you're going to get things done. Okay. So now we're at the section I was almost trying to skip over to, standardizing your marketing processes. So what does that mean? Standardize basically means make everything the same. Do the same thing on a consistent basis with your marketing. That is, again, the word that I used was consistency. Do that on a consistent basis. To ensure being consistent, you want to standardize your process, which basically means create templates for everything. Templates are a lifesaver. If you've ever found yourself writing the same email more than 3 times, you need to create a template. A template is going to guarantee that the way I say it is the way that everyone else in my organization is going to say it, with very little change, right? The thing will change will be like the name of the person we're addressing or a minor detail. Everything else will be covered in template. And basically, the template standardizes your process. You can do that with your emails. You can do it with email campaigns. You can do it with social media posts, blog articles, all kinds of marketing materials. You can create a template for it, which basically says that consistently you will be putting out the same type of messaging. And that in itself will stand you out as someone who knows what they're talking about in your business. Once you make these templates, make sure that they go with your brand style. Create a guide that defines your visual identity. For me, I have my colors, I have my logo, my tone of voice, which is, for me, excited, because that's how I want my customers to feel when you're dealing with me. That's the energy that you'll get from me in person. So I always want to make sure to exude that in everything. Oh, I was going to say, I know I got a business card close by. My company colors, they're nice and vibrant. I want to exude bright energy. My logo, that's supposed to be like New York City buildings with like a squeegee wrapped around it. Very cool. Thank you, Christian. That was Christian that actually came up with that. I love it. But my brand, my logo, my colors, the way that I interact with people at all times is going to exude excitement, because that is what I'm about. That is my personality. So you want to develop your brand to where it represents your company. And when you develop templates. You can make sure that everyone is putting out that same level of excitement when you're talking about finishing touch. They'll be doing the same thing with you in your business and your marketing. Templates also is just going to save you a bunch of time. Once I started templating my emails, that just saved us so much time, and it saved time and it saved me mental space, because I'm an excellent writer. I'm an excellent speaker. I always have been. And something that I've always been worried about is that no one writes or speaks better than me, except for now you got ChatGPT. Like, I don't even compete with that dude. But normally in my own writing, I'm like, wow, I'm so worried that, my employees are not going to come across the same way that I do. And that's in every facet of the business. That's in how we're speaking through email, how we're speaking through text, how we're speaking through marketing, how we're speaking through branding. And standardizing those procedures allows for us to bring across what we bring to the business through everyone, so that we're all saying the same thing. Okay. So next thing I want us to work on is one of my favorite parts, but I think people get confused on, but we all need it. So marketing automation, what does that mean? When we hear automation, we think push the button, beep, and then just back up and go like this and never look at it again. That's not what it means. It means that it's going to happen automatically, but you still have to oversee it, right? A lot of people get that automation thing confused, and let me stop lying, me included, and a lot of people, right? It took for my partner to really break down to be like, okay, this is what automatic and automation really means. So when I say implement marketing automation, I want you guys to use the marketing tools that are available that are going to streamline repetitive tasks to nurture leads, right? So something that I've always had a problem with, but been needed to do, and I know that most of us, not most of us, I can't count how many of you guys go through this. I just know I go through it. Reaching back out to people, right? My one-time clients who loved us, 5-star review, they happy about the service, never reach back out to them a day in life, right? Not even a, hey, what's up? We're still here. Were you looking for my number? Did you find my card? You maybe need a service, 10% off. We're doing floors now. Nothing like that. That in itself was costing me who knows how much business. So automation tools are something you can use where you can put in place that are going to stay in contact with your customers, send them something when the holidays come around, send them something every week to keep you at the top of their mind when you yourself normally would have not necessarily forgotten about it. But as business owners, our to-do list is always, you see, I keep mine very close and handy, but my to-do list is always a lot. All right. So sometimes things like this, like our implementing automation for marketing, it will slip our minds. And when we put the automations in place, it keeps us in front of our customers without us having to go crazy about it, right? So we want to utilize our customer relationship management software to track interactions, manage leads, analyze data. All right, so I have Ready Sales Pro for mine. I'm not sure what you guys are using for customer relationship management software, but basically what we're saying is to utilize it. Find out what it does, use it to its maximum potential. Make sure that you are, if you have a customer database of 2,000 people in there, that you're setting up a recurring email sequence that sends them something every week or every month or every holiday or whatever it is, interacts with them when you are doing a sale, that interacts with them when you are introducing a new product or a new service that you're doing, right? When you're doing that, automation allows you to go and take care of can't think of any corporate way to say it. So it's gonna go let you take care of the big money stuff, right? That's the bottom line. The high income generating things. That's what I was looking for to say. But what I really want to say is automation takes the small tedious things off of your hands and allows you to focus on the big money projects like networking, like going to events, like shaking hands and kissing babies, which is, I tell you guys, that's the way to get into good customers. But automation allows you to focus on the high value things on your to-do list and still nurture leads. You'll still have leads coming in. Your happy customers will be coming back. People that you've emailed once or never heard back from. I mean, you just never know. Sometimes they're not ready for service at the moment. Maybe they have a company already. Situations change, 3 months, 6 months, send them out something, keep in contact with them. So that is what you're doing when you're implementing marketing automation. So definitely want you guys to work on that. Next thing, right? Okay, so measuring things does not matter, okay? If you do not analyze the results and then use the information from your analysis to make your marketing strategy better, right? So it's like you're trying to get your percentage up in free throws, right? You got to keep taking shots. You have to keep taking shots and you have to keep track of how many you're making. If out of 100, I've made 60, my average is 60%, that's actually terrible. I need to get back out here and do some drills, whatever it is I need to do, or maybe I need to look at what I'm doing and do that better in order to get a higher percentage, right? So it's the same thing with anything that you measure. You're measuring it for a reason, right? And your reason is going to be for you to get better at it. So taking those measurements, taking that analysis that you have created or used and put it towards making your marketing better. And I want you to analyze results, monitor your results, regularly monitor the performance of your marketing and your results. So the performance of your marketing is whatever marketing channels you are using to generate leads, analyze what's happening. How much money are you spending? How many leads are coming in? What kind of customers are you getting out of that? Are they one time? Are they recurring? Are they the kind of customers you're going after? All of that is going to help you to tailor your message and tailor your marketing until you're getting optimal results in that comeback. Like for me, it would be to get 10 days out of, if I get 10 leads, I want all 10 of them to be days. That would be optimal marketing. It don't happen like that. But we optimize and we keep analyzing our results in order to get as close to that as we possibly can. Track metrics like website traffic. How many people are actually coming to your site? How many people, out of that many people, how many of them click onto your services? Out of that, how many of them actually go through to the end and buy? How many people left their stuff in your cart? How many of them actually bought? All of that information is going to allow you to tailor your marketing, tailor your messaging, or here's the thing. When you get the results, you take those results and do something with it. Don't just hold the results. Don't just look at the results. Don't tuck them away in a folder somewhere because then it was completely useless for you to even measure it. Track those results, track those conversion rates, track that website traffic, track how many out of the 1,000 emails you send per day, how many of them are being opened, how many of them are being read, how many people are responding to you on your social medias, how many people are engaging with your posts, visiting your page. How often does that turn into a sale for you, right? Because that's the name of the game. We're doing all of this, but we want to increase our sales and increase our effectiveness in whatever it is we're doing. And in order to increase that effectiveness, we have to monitor and analyze those results. That sounds boring, right? It probably is, but what I've learned that in business, most of the stuff that we need to do is going to be redundant and boring. That's where automation comes into play. We can use automation to take care of the redundant and boring menial tasks, and we get on those big money tasks. All right, so again, monitor and analyze your results. If not, there's no point for measurement, okay? Don't waste your time. Monitor and analyze those results, okay? Next thing I want to talk about is exactly what I was talking about, being too fast. Adapt and evolve. Once you take those results, use them to get better. Your worst client is your best teacher. Your worst situation is your best teacher. What happened in that worst situation? What made it the worst? What could you have done different? How could you have avoided it in the front end or in the back end? Same thing with clients. Take your worst situation and use it to adapt, use it to do better. And when I'm saying adapt and evolve in marketing, this thing is changing in the blink of an eye. Like, I'm still surprised at how many people don't know or use artificial intelligence at this moment, but it's still a lot. That is a big change that is happening in the way that we are marketing. AIs like Chat GPT and Google just came out with their own AIs called Bard. These type of things are going to change the whole system, change the way we do business, change the way we do marketing. It's going to change how we do everything. And we want to stay on top of things like that. We don't want to get caught at the back of the curve. We want to be on top of the curve. So the marketing landscape is always changing. It's crucial to adapt your strategies. It's crucial to stay learning, stay up to date with industry trends, with emerging technologies. What does that look like day to day regularly for you to stay learning? Pull up a business article on what is actually going on in the cleaning industry. What changes are happening in the cleaning industry? What new technology is going to help, whatever is happening in the cleaning industry? So educate yourself, stay educated, stay up to date with industry trends, experiment with new marketing tactics, new things that came out. What's something new that came out in a few years? I mentioned Chat GPT. Oh, man, when TikTok really hit the market hard, that thing exploded. TikTok was putting people in front of so many people so quickly, and it immediately changed how marketing happened, because now people like, wait, we gotta go over to TikTok. Let's make short form videos, make them short, cute, sweet, funny, get people's attention. And, it's working. And that's the type of thing that I mean when I say stay up on emerging technologies, know how it works, test different approaches, be open to adjust your strategies based on feedback, based on insight, based on whatever. You're going to be the best tester for your business, right? You're the best person to go out and find out what's going on. You're the CEO, you're the visionary, your vision, it is what it is, but the way that you get there can evolve based on what technologies have come out, based on what different marketing techniques, things change. With 2023, stuff is changing all day, every day. Marketing is an ongoing process. It's not something that you set up once a quarter and then you leave it. You're never going to touch it again. Your business you may thrive for a while, but at some point, something newer is going to come out, something better is going to come out, and your competitors are going to be on top of it. So I just want you guys to be on top of it as well. All right. Regularly review, regularly refine your systems, and stay ahead of competition to maximize your lead generation efforts. My heater just wanted to turn on in the middle of the what? Making all that noise. Sean, I'm doing my thing over here with my peoples. He want to jump in. Don't nobody want to hear all that. We having a good session today. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is optimizing your website for lead generation, right? In today's digital age, your website serves as a powerful tool for attracting customers. It always has, but today is more so. Today is more so because everyone is going online first to find you and to find out who you are. So it's going to be a big tool, a powerful tool for attracting customers, converting them into leads. So optimize your website for lead generation. Okay, stop. Let's start with, what does optimization even mean? All right. So when I say optimize, I mean tell Google all of the most up-to-date, accurate information about everything. Optimization means updated, accurate information, so that when Google is looking through, for anything, when you have updated, accurate information, Google is going to be able to show your website to people looking for specifically what they're looking for. If you confused, you lose. If Google is confused about your website, they're not going to send anyone there. If Google don't know what your website do, if they don't clearly know that you do commercial cleaning service, you serve New York City, you serve these boroughs, here's some pictures, here's what I do, here's a phone number, here's a link to all of my social medias. Having all of that information updated and current allows Google to say, hey, I got 5,000 people looking for commercial cleaning services in New York City, that has a Facebook, that has a picture of a blue dog, whatever, right? As long as you have all of that information optimized, meaning updated, current, and correct, Google can find you, and so can your customers. Same deal. If your customers can't find you, if they find you and they're confused as to what you do based on your website, they are not staying there. They're going to look at it for 3 seconds, 5, maybe, and say, I don't know what's going on, I'm out. Google is going to do the exact same thing. They're going to look at your website for 3 seconds, like, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not going to put this person's name in front of the 5,000 people searching for this service because I don't know what they do. So let's stay away from that. Optimize your website for lead generation, basically meaning make sure you have the most updated current information, right? So here's some strategies you can implement for optimizing your website. A user-friendly design. So when I say user-friendly, clean, visually appealing. So again, I just said, if Google gets confused, your customers will be confused. You don't want either of those people being confused about, I said those people, Google is not a person. You do not want Google as an entity or your customers as humans being confused as to what you do, because that is automatically going to turn them away. So having a visually appealing website creates a positive first impression, and it encourages visitors to look a little further and see what you do. Use a professional color scheme that aligns with your brand. You see how I did mine? And it aligns with your brand. It shows up clearly on video. It shows up clearly on your different types of marketing materials. Make it clear and intuitive with your color scheme so that people can, again, easily find you. Google can easily spot you. It's going to be tough for Google if you got to look through 700 colors on your website to see what's going on. Okay. Utilize high quality images and videos that showcase your cleaning services, and it creates a sense of professionalism. So what do I mean when I say that? Really, phone? What do I mean when I say that, right? Use, sorry about that, high quality images. So most of our phones nowadays are going to give us high quality images, but just make sure your images aren't fuzzy, make sure they are clear, make sure if you're doing a before and after that the progress is clear in what has happened here. Clear pictures, clear videos, clear and professional looking. If your videos or your pictures look fuzzy, your potential clients are looking at that as that you are not a professional. And if you're not a professional, you're not bringing value. And then they're going to question every charge that that comes through, no matter if it's $10 or $1,000, right? Also, this is so important on your website, a clear call to action. My old website, I'm a big time book reader, right? You see my bookcase right there is very important for me. I got books all over the place. So my first website read like a book. There was no clear call to action. It gave you a 40-year history on me, the business, all kinds of stuff that clearly, honestly, your customers don't care about. Your customers need to know, it needs to have a clear and compelling call to action. Contact us now. There should be a contact us button on every panel of your website. There should be for me, it's request a quote, call me, book now, schedule a walkthrough, whatever that wording is on your call to action. I need you to have that big on your page, right in the upper right-hand corner or whatever, wherever it's going to be. It needs to be a clear call to action. It needs to be compelling. It needs to let your customers know exactly what you want them to do. Use persuasive language to convey the benefits of taking action. Create a sense of urgency if possible. Contact us now. Book your cleaning now. Request a quote now. You wouldn't believe how those kind of words trigger us, our brains, into action, right? You don't want to sound like, hey, just call me whenever. No, that's not what I want. I want you to call me now. I want you to book a quote now. I want you to schedule a walkthrough now. I want you to contact us now, or, have a clear call to action. That's going to increase your revenue, because a lot of times people won't know what to do. My old website did not have a clear call to action. I don't even think there was a contact us now anywhere on there. It was literally just a lot of written words about a website. I've learned a lot since then, right? Now I understand. My website has a clear call to action. Schedule now, call now, book a quote, right? Have a walkthrough. Again, clear call to action. Another one is a lead capture form. Oh man, lead capture forms on your website are going to gather specific information about the lead that you want. So they should be placed on landing pages, like your homepage, your service page, a lead generation page. Basically, what that's saying is, like, if you got a landing page that says, hey, free quote, click here. Once they do that, the lead capture form should get information like, where are you located? What's your square foot? What type of building is it? Who do I contact? Things like that. Keep it concise, keep it as short as you possibly can, gathering all the information that you need in order to contact them. Name, email, type of space, right? I always offer a free quote. I don't know who, if there's someone that charges for quotes out there, good luck to you. I'm not saying that that's not a good way. That's just not what I do. So I'm always giving a free quote or a free walkthrough, a 10% discount on your first service, something that makes it compelling for why they're going to just give me these informations and let me speak to them. So we want to have lead capture forms on your website associated with your landing page, placed strategically, like on your homepage, your service page, whatever your lead generation page is. You want to have that capture form there so that you can get their information, find out what their immediate need is, and get in contact with them. Okay. So your website should also have compelling copywriting. All right. This is something that I am learning and evolving with all the time. Clear, concise messaging. So recently I've learned that when someone visits your website, they need to know how you're going to solve their problem, what their problem is, and how to contact you in 6 seconds. 6, that is it. That is all the time that your human brain is going to give, because again, like I said, you get 5,000 ads per day, right? You're not giving much time to each of that. 6 seconds. When you have compelling copywriting, persuasive, informative, focused, addressing their pain points, man, I was just telling my best friend owns a business as well, and she and I are both revamping our websites and creating websites for our other businesses. So something that, we were saying to each other is that your website has to be compelling. It has to address their pain points immediately. If you don't address your customers' pain points, you're not going to sell. What is the reason that they're dealing with you? You have dirty offices. That is their pain point, right? So on your website, clear, compelling, address their pain. I just said, make sure you have those call to actions on there. Address their pain, have the call to action. So that's what's wrong with you, how I'm gonna fix it, how I contact you. Make it simple. The more simple it is, that people will be like, oh yeah, what? Have dirty offices? Yes, I've got dirty offices. You clean offices? Whoa, that's what I need. That's how to contact you. All I got to do is press that button and it's going to fix my problem. That's how people are set up now. They want to fix their problems very simply. We want to be the simple fix, right? So don't make it tough for them. Don't make them have to overthink it. Don't make them wonder about what you do. Don't make them wonder about what your website is about, because no one has time for that. And there's 10,000 other websites. So your customers will leave yours and go and spend their money because they're in pain and they need a fix. So they're going to spend their money with you or with someone else. And we want to make sure that when we have their attention enough to even be on our website, that we have a clear, persuasive, compelling message that clearly communicate the benefits and value of your service. All right. We're going to clean your office. You're not going to have to worry about garbage. You're not going to have to worry about, coffee stains, your bathrooms, garbage is overflowing, unsanitary conditions. We're going to take all of that off of your hands, right? So again, compelling, speak to their pain, speak to what you are going to do to fix their pain and how they're going to communicate with you in order to do so. Communicate the benefits and values of your services. Highlight what sets you apart from your competitors. Mine is that we've got a management in place that allows you to contact someone 24/7. There's management is on the job 24/7. You're not dealing with someone who can't cover their cleaning shifts or anything like that. So put your piece of what you do different out there. Make sure that it is compelling, make sure that it is clear, concise, and to the point. So again, compelling copywriting. Compelling copywriting. So again, persuasive, informative, focused, address their pain points and needs of your target audience, your Daves, right? Since you know exactly who you're talking to, address the pain points of your Daves, right? Incorporate relevant keywords through your contact to improve your SEO, search engine optimization, and increase your website's visibility. What that means is that we're a commercial cleaning company. Use those words, commercial cleaning. That is going to let Google know when they're scouring all their different websites for commercial cleaners. You've mentioned that. You've mentioned bathrooms. You've mentioned floors. So now Google believes like, oh yeah, you're a cleaning service. People who are looking for cleaning services, I'll show you to them. So that is the purpose of having that compelling copyright on there, okay? This is a big one, mobile-friendly optimization. Did you guys know that more than 70% of the people who view your website is going to view them by phone? They're not going to look at it on a laptop. So your graphics, your pictures, your words, if you develop it strictly for a desktop, when people look at it on their phone, which 7 out of 10 people are going to see your whatever on their phone. And when I say whatever, whichever way you are, whatever platform you're using to communicate with them, 70% of the time they're going to see it on their phone. So make sure that you optimize your website for mobile responsiveness. And what that means is that your website loads quickly as you scroll up and down. Could you imagine scrolling through a website and you scroll and then the picture doesn't come in until like 5 seconds later? That doesn't sound like a lot, but that's enough to lose a customer. 2 seconds is enough to lose a customer. So again, make sure that whoever's building your website is making it mobile friendly. It adapts, it displays correctly on your smartphones, on your tablets. It enhances the experience. It reduces the bounce rates. And that's basically just people who are bouncing, they getting out of there. They're leaving your site because like your mobile optimization sucks. And since everyone's on their phone, they're like, what's going on here? Boop, next. Okay. So make sure that your site is mobile friendly. All right. Analytics and tracking, use website analytics tools. So Google has one of the, maybe not the best, but the best known tool, Google Analytics. You can track the performance of your website. You can track those metrics that we were talking about earlier, like page views, bounce rate, conversion rates, things like that. This data, that's a mix of the word data and valuable. I'm thinking about this data is going to give you valuable information. I just said dative. Okay. The data that Google Analytics provides will give you valuable information. And what you do with this information, like we spoke about earlier, is take it and improve. Improve your message, improve your whatever you're doing to reach out to your customers. You use this analytics to reach them faster, reach them better, or get more of them to pay attention. All right. All right, so landing pages and lead magnets. We just spoke about those landing pages. That's what you're going to attract your lead capture form to. You want to create dedicated landing pages that are specific for capturing leads. And what is a landing page? Exactly what it sounds like. You land on that page when you're searching for a certain service, and you put it in your search bar and you push return. Those results that come up, most of those are landing pages. It's just somewhere that me as the owner of this website is going to direct you to show you the message that I want you to see. Okay. So creating dedicated landing pages that are specifically designed to capture leads. They should have one clear focus, one steady message, and a strong call to action. Strong meaning like big giant words. Call me now for your cleaning. Call me right now. Don't wait for 3 more seconds. Your office is going to get so dirty, it's going to fall over. Call me now. That's the kind of call to action you want on your landing pages, right? And lead magnets are basically something that you would offer in exchange for that person's email address. So a lead magnet would be like a cleaning checklist, like a kitchen cleaning checklist, a bathroom cleaning checklist, an ebook, a guide, anything you can provide digitally that is going to be of value in exchange for that contact information, because having them on your email list, having them in your digital atmosphere can, you add them to your mailing list. You never know when they're going to be a customer of yours, right? So this is why you offer them things like that in exchange for their email address, right? Lead magnets are cool because it puts you out there as the person who knows, right? If you are putting out kitchen checklists, then your customers are like, wow, you really know what's going on when it comes to cleaning kitchens. It puts you out there as the authority. That's the word I was looking for. It puts you out there as the authority. You know what you're talking about. You're putting out this information. People are responding. And I know me, I'm a sucker for a free download for anything, a PDF. If I feel like it's going to be helpful or valuable, even if I never open it, I will give you my email address in exchange for it. So that's a great way. Lead magnets are a great way to get the email addresses of your potential customers. And then they encourage them to engage with you or with your business. So you can say, for instance, a lead magnet that's like a kitchen cleaning checklist, and you can tell them, hey, go check us out on Facebook and tell us what you thought about that, right? That creates the continued interaction with the customer. It keeps you right up here on the customer's mind, and they know next time, like, you know what, I've got that kitchen to clean, but I'm gonna call Miss Lead Magnet over there. They know what they're talking about. And it really does happen like that, right? You establish yourself as the authority. People are going to come to look for you when they need those things done, right? All right, so by optimizing your website for lead gen, you create a digital space that is going to attract and engage your customers. Well-designed, user-friendly website, right? Good colors, vibrant, fun, compelling copywriting, and a lead capture. It increases the likelihood of converting your visitors who just come there into people who are paying customers. When you regularly analyze all of this information, it is going to it is basically going to show you like, hey, you can fix things here. You can maximize your results like this. This is doing good for you. All right. Fun part, woo woo, social media. We're all on social media all day, every day. You want to harness social media for your business. And what does that mean? Use it to the best of your abilities to create that marketing. Social media provides an invaluable marketing channel for every business, whether you've got, you're one person and you're selling, homemade. Look, this is actually a homemade lip. Damn, what company was that? Oh, that's Lush. This is homemade lip balm. Some companies that started on social media just get their stuff out there and get people to come and buy and use your stuff. Social media allows for companies like this to get into the hands of me a potential consumer by, you know, advertising, by brand management, by just, you know, putting pictures out there, putting yourself out there. When you leverage social media for your cleaning business, you can reach a wider audience. You can engage with customers. You can generate leads. All right. So, of course, I'm here to drop the jewels. So, I'm going to give you a few ways to, I'll give you a few different insights on what we can do with social medias, right? So, identify your relevant platforms, right? What are your relevant platforms? Social media has a lot of them. They're all not going to be relevant to you. They're not all going to align with your audience. So just for example, LinkedIn are going to be professional business people, right? You probably wouldn't go there to sell something that's outside of professional service business type of thing, right? You're not going to find too many 15 and 16-year-olds on LinkedIn, right? Facebook is going to be your maybe 30s and up type of crowd. You know, you'll find if you're marketing to those people, they're there. TikTok is going to be a lot of your younger people are going to be there. So every channel is not going to be good for every business. But every channel is not going to be good for every business, but every channel has their different demographics. You can play around, see what works for you. I say pick 2 or 3 of them and stick with that and get very good with that. But there's a lot. We've got Facebook, of course, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Those are all popular choices for cleaning business. Every platform, like I was saying, caters to a different demographic, has unique features. You can do some research and determine where your customers specifically are. For me, I still love, you know, Facebook is a behemoth, you know. I know a lot of the younger people on Twitter, not Twitter, TikTok. TikTok is a lot more, is great for short form video. It gets in front of a lot of people, but that's not necessarily where my audience is. I found that my audience is more so Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So find what works for you, determine where your potential customers are, and spend your time in those digital spaces, you know, on those platforms. Focus your efforts on those platforms that work for you. Create good profiles, right? So your profile on social media is a 24/7 employee that doesn't take any money. So you should be the happiest you could be for that employee because they're literally standing up, never going to sleep, working for you, putting your information out all day, all night, interacting with customers, right? So since they are already doing that for you, you need to make them look good all day, every day. So that means optimize. There's that optimize word again. Give those platforms the most relevant information, the most relevant pictures, the most relevant procedures, updated, relevant, high quality information, your logo, images with before and afters, key benefits of your business. Make sure there's a link to your website on every single post that you put anywhere. And that would, you know, create lead generation in itself, right? So having a compelling platform, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I want to say TikTok so bad, TikTok. Make sure that you are engaging and making consistent content on those, okay? Again, consistent and engaging content. Consistency is gonna get you farther than anything. I know a lot of times people will say, oh, you know, I tried social media, that didn't work for me. You tried it for how long? What did you do? How often did you post? How often did you interact? How often did you, how consistent were you with this whole process? If you weren't, you probably didn't get results. Your consistency is going to be your best friend with that. Engaging content. So when I say engaging content, do not beat your people down with sales all day. You know, hey, buy. That's crazy, right? No. Involve, informative, funny, entertaining, promo. You know, I like to share DIYs. cleaning tips, before and afters, testimonials, behind the scenes. People love that. Didn't realize how much people love behind the scenes. Relevant industry news, things like that. Ask questions, respond to comments, participate in discussions, get into your local groups. Like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know about Facebook groups, honestly, until about a year or so ago when I started just on Facebook doing work, but kind of just wasting time, right? But so I started finding out that there's so many different groups for cleaning. There's literally groups for microfiber rags. There's groups about mops. There's groups about everything. And these groups can be amazing. You get a lot of information from there. You find a lot of like-minded people there on the group. It's just an amazing thing. So utilize those groups, post in those groups. Keep yourself and your business relevant, right? That's a big way. Another big way is customer testimonials. It is literally nothing better than that. Customer testimonials is basically someone is saying, like, these people are excellent. We love them. We love what they do. That is going to be the biggest way to draw people to you. All right. And one of the last things we're going to talk about, well, not the last, one of the last, I did say customer reviews and testimonials, also paid ads, right? Targeted campaigns. Social media offers powerful advertising options that allow you to target specific people. Facebook is so creepy with how detailed they can get with your advertising. If you want to advertise to people with 3 eyelashes, 1 ear, and 1 tooth, Facebook is going to find you 4,000 of those people. And you can say, I only want those people that are only awake from the hours of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you're going to be like, nah, that's not. Facebook has all that information because we tell them. And once we tell them that, they use that information in order for us to sell our services to people based on that information. So use it to your absolute best, right? Use it, don't lose it. Facebook got it for us. Use it. They are so creepy. Use their paid ads. I'm not going to give you strategies on paid ads. That's not really my thing. But I just want to tell you to look into it. Use it. It's going to be extremely helpful for you. And I've already said, track and analyze all of the results. Cross-promote, cross-collaborate. So when I say cross-promote, that means there's different businesses that you can align with that you don't necessarily do that's going to be helpful. So for commercial cleaning, for me, it's always realtors. Those are our best friends. I always cross-promote and collaborate with them. They're always using us. So thank you, guys. I didn't even notice what's the name I have. This is such an amazing topic that we've got going on today. I done babbled past my time, but I hope that you guys were able to take, not I hope, I know that you guys are able to take this information today and apply it immediately. There are so many channels, so many ways to do marketing. And I could go on about, I literally got about 3 more hours I could go over with you guys right now about it. But you can always contact me if you need more information on any of these. But again, marketing and leads is the of your business. So you guys have a blessed week. Always remember to contact me if you needed, if you wanted any more information about anything I spoke about today. I would be happy to go into details with you. All right, so I'll see you guys next week for Monday Mop Up. You guys enjoy your week, and I look forward to interacting with you guys. I look forward to having a blessed week, and I hope you guys have a blessed and abundant week.